Hariom children, welcome back. Hope you have all practiced your previous topic. Now, in this topic means our decimals part 2, we are going to learn which is the greater decimal and how to compare the decimals, how to add the decimals and how to subtract the decimals. Now here we are going to see decimals as fractions and fractions as decimals. Means we are converting decimal numbers into fraction numbers and in the same way fraction numbers into decimal numbers. Fraction numbers means having numerator and denominator. Decimal numbers means having a point in between the numbers. Decimals are values of fractions. So, fractions can be converted into decimals and decimals can be converted into fractions. Decimals are the values of fractions. Yes or no? 1 by 2. What is the value of 1 by 2 means half. What is the value of half? It is 0.5. So, decimals are the values of fractions. That's why we can convert decimals into fractions and fractions into decimals. Now we'll see decimals as fractions. Conversion is done by seeing the place value of numbers. First we'll be identifying the place values and then we will be converting the values. In conversions to fraction, the decimal can be written simply as a number with the denominator having as many zeros as the number of digits after the decimal point. When we are converting a fraction number, the decimal is very easy to convert because here we are going to observe the number of zeros in the denominator and then we are going to write the number directly. We'll see one example here. Problem. Write the following as fractions in lowest forms, that is 0.05. As I told you in previous class, we should read digits individually after point. That's why what is our question here? It is 0.05. What is our solution? We'll see. Here 0 is at which place, Nana? It is at ones place. 0 is in ones place. And other 0 is in which place? It is in tens place. And 5 is at hundreds place. As I explained you, we have to multiply the digits with the place value. So, 0 is in place value of 1, multiply it with 1. 0 into 1, 0 into 1 by 10, 5 into 1 by 100. Now, when we are multiplying 0 with the 1, our answer is 0. 0 multiplied by with the 1 by 10, our answer is 0. Now, 5 into 1 by 100, that is 5 by 100. As I told you before, we can easily write the decimal number by observing the number of zeros in the denominator, right? So, 5 by 100, how you can write directly here without any calculation means we have to observe number of zeros in the denominator. How many zeros are there here? Here you are having only 2 zeros. So, what will be your decimal value now? You have to write 2 digits. Before that, you have to put a point. Means you have to write 2 digits. Then only you have to put the point. So that it is in the 100th place we can identify. Now, how we are going to identify that now? Because in numerator you are having only 1 digit. So, what you will do? You write that 1 digit side and when you add 0 before that number, the value of 5 will be same. It will not change. But you should not write a 0 after 5. If you write a 0 after 5, it will become 50. It is wrong. You should not write like this. You have to add 0 only right side of 5. So the value of 5 does not change. Now you got 2 digits here. Now put a point here. If you put a point here, you are not having any number there. So simply you can write 0. So what is your answer here? 0.05. Now You can do in one more method, that is 5 ones are 5, 5 20s are 100. 1 by 20, you got the answer. There are two digits after the decimal point, so the conversion can also be done as writing the numbers and dividing it by 100. 5 by 100 is equal to 1 by 20. You can do in this way also, or else you can stop by writing here. This is how we are going to do our fractions in the lowest forms. Now, one more example we'll see here. Write the following as fractions in lowest terms. What is our question here? 5.2. Our 5.2 is our question. We have to write it in the lowest forms. We have to write in the lowest forms. How we are going to write it in the lowest form? Here 5 is in which place, Nana? 5 is at 1's place. 2 is at 10th place. Now what we have to do? We have to multiply 5 into 1 and you have to multiply 2 into 1 by 10. They are representing the relation between them by adding, that is plus. Now 5 into 1 means what will be our answer? 5. 2 into 1 by 10 is 2 by 10. Now how you are doing this? You can do this in the simplest form by taking the LCM of the numbers. 5 means 5 by 1 plus 2 by 10. Now you have taken the LCM of 1 and 10. If you are taking LCM of 1 and 10, your answer will be 10 because 1 and 10 are different. Right? Now 5 into 10 plus 1 into 2 you are going to get. 1 into 2 you are going to get. Now we are going to write 50 plus 2 divided by 10. Right? This is your answer after taking LCM. Now you can write it directly 52 by 10. It is 52 by 10. Right? See here 52 by 10. You got the answer? Now you can cancel 52 by 10. In which table, Nana? You can cancel them in the table of 2. If you are cancelling in the table of 2, 52 goes 26 times and 10 goes 5 times. Right? Is it right or wrong? Yes. In 2 table, you have divided it by 2 table. Both numerator and denominator, you are divided by 2. Then only you are getting the answer 26 by 5. There is one digit after the decimal point. So the fraction can be written as 52 by 10 is equal to 26 by 5. You have written in the simplest form. No need to change into the decimal form. Only fraction we have converted into the simplest form. Understood, Nana? Now we'll go further. Now we are going to see fractions as decimals. Till now we have seen decimals as fractions. Now we are going to see fractions as decimals. Write the following fractions as decimal. What is our fraction here? 13 by 10. Previous two examples, what we have done? We have converted decimals into lowest fractions. But now what we are going to do? We are going to write the fraction into the decimal form. Okay, what is our fraction here? Our fraction is 13 by 10. Now this 13 by 10 can be written as, how you can write it? You can write it as 10 plus 3. Expand 13. What we are doing here? We have expanded 13. When you are expanding 13, what is your answer here? 10 plus 3. That is nothing but our 13. Now, our denominator will be same. No change in our denominator. 10 plus 3 divided by 10. Now, write them separately. 10 by 10 plus 3 by 10. Yes or no? If both the LCMs are there, we are writing common denominator. Now, what we are doing, we are separating the fractions with the same denominator. 3 by 10 here. 10 by 10 plus 3 by 10. Now, what you are going to do, we are going to cancel them. 10 and 10 gets cancelled, you will be getting a number 1. Now 1 plus, as I told you here, before only if denominator is having only 1 0, we have to write after one digit you have to put a point. Before that, not after that. Before the digit you have to put a point. So how many digits we are having? Only one digit we are having. What is the digit? That is 3. Now before 3 we have to put a point. There are no numbers, so write 0 here. Now 1 plus 0 0.3. How we are going to write that? 1.3. This is how you are going to convert a fraction into a decimal point. You have to expand the number, write the fraction of the two numbers with the same denominators, then you convert into decimal point. Now we will see one more example. Write the following fractions as decimals. We have to write the following fractions as decimals. Now what is our number here? 23 plus 2 by 10 plus 6 by 1000. Here 23 is in ones place, right? 2 by 10 means it is in 1 by 10th place and 6 by 1000 is in 1 by 1000th place. In this case, 2 by 10 and 6 by 1000 will be solved individually. We have to do them individually. Means here 23, ones and tens are there. So 23 will keep aside. And what are our fraction numbers here? 2 by 10 and 6 by 1000. As I told you in before sum, what you have to do, you have to convert them in decimal form. 2 by 10. Now what you have to do, observe the zeros in the denominator. How many zeros are there, ma? Only 1 0 you are having. So how many digits before we will be having a point? Yes, we will be having one digit before we will be having the decimal point. So how many digits are there in our numerator? Only one digit is there. So how you are going to write? Just write one digit, then put a point before that. Put a point before that. No numbers are here. So what you have to do? You have to write simply 0. So 2 by 10 we have converted. In the same way we have to convert 6 by 1000 also. We have to convert 6 by 1000 also. In the how we have converted 2 by 10, in the same way we have to observe how many zeros are there in the denominator. Now if you observe here, how many how many zeros are there in the denominator? Only zeros. Don't calculate 1. Only zeros. Number of zeros present in the denominator. How many zeros are there, ma? You are having 3 zeros, right? You are having 3 zeros. So before how many digits we have to put a point? Yes, before 3 digits we have to put a point. But in our numerator, how many digits are there? We are having only one digit. Now what you have to do? Write that one digit, and before that we have to put a point. No, because we are having only one digit. We need how many digits? We need 3 digits. So, writing zeros before the digit will give the same value of 6. The value doesn't change if you write zeros in front of the number. If you write after the number only, the value is changing. So always write zeros to the right of the digit, so the value does not change. Now how many digits we got? 1, 2, 3 we got. Now put a point before that. Okay. No digits in front of the point. So simply write 0. So 6 by 1000 can be converted in the form of 0.006. Now 23 you have to write same. Now what you have to do, you have to add 0.2 plus 0.006. How we are going to add this? 0.2. Okay, 0.006. Like this you will add. Is this the correct way what I have written? No, you should not write like this. How you have to write? You have to write 0.2 first. Next, the point should be in the same row. In the same row. The point should not change here and there. So, what are the numbers before the point? Write the before the point, and what are the numbers after the point? You write the numbers after the point. No need to change any places of the numbers. According to the place values you have to write. You have to write according to the columns. So 0.006, right? Now add both the numbers. You are not having any zeros after 2, write 0 or simply put into mark, right? Now add 6 plus 0 it is 6, 0 plus 0 it is 0, 2 plus 0 it is 2. Now what is that? Put your point. 0 plus 0 it is 0. Nice. 0.206 is our answer. Now this 23 plus 0.206 we have to add. When you are adding both the numbers, what will be our final answer? Our final answer is 23.206. Don't read it as 206. You have to read it as 206. Now we will compare the decimals. How we are going to compare the decimals? For example, if you observe the picture here, a man went to the supermarket and he bought 3.5 kgs of onions. A lady went to the same supermarket and she bought 3.9 kgs of onions. Now, how to compare this? While comparing two decimal numbers, we consider the following rules. What are the rules now? We compare the place values of digits from left to the right. Always the place value should be compared from left side to the right side. Extra digits, extra zeros to the right of the last digit means, I'll tell you, of a decimal value do not change the value of the number. As I told you before, for example, I am taking a number 6. If I am adding zeros to this 6 to the right, the value of 6 does not change. If you see what you will tell the number value, it is only 6 because 6 is in ones place. If the same way, if I am adding zeros to the left of 6, that is 0, 0, 0. What you will tell? What is the value of 6 here now? You will be definitely telling the value of 6 is 6000. So, always the zeros if added right side of the digit, the value does not change. If we add zeros left of the number, the values definitely changes. So, we have to add zeros only right of the digits. Extra zeros between decimal point and a decimal digit does not change its value. The extra zeros which we are placing in between the decimal point and decimal digit does not change its place value. The place value remains constant. So now we will see who bought more onions from the supermarket. So lady bought 3.9, right? She bought 3.9 kgs and the man bought 3.5 kgs. As we told, we have to compare from the left to right. When you are comparing, you can easily tell that 9 is greater than 5, right? So, who bought more? The lady bought more onions because 3.9 is greater than 3.5. This is how we are going to compare the decimals. We will see some examples here now. Which is greater, 1.23 or 1.2? How you are going to observe this? How you are going to identify this? Which is the greater decimal point? You can easily tell this by using the table form. Place value of digits is compared from the left till we find a greater place value. So the table will be useful for identifying which is the greater decimal number. Now place value of 1.23. What is the place value? What is the relation between that and what is the place value of 1.2? We are having two numbers. First number is 1.23 and the second number is 1.2. We are checking the relation here, whether it is equal, whether it is greater, whether it is lesser. Now the place value of 1 is 1, so 1 into 1 it is 1. Here now compare next number, it is also 1, 1 into 1 is 1. Now what is the relation between these two? Both are equal. In the same way, after point the first digit is 2 here. Here also it is 2. So 2 should be multiplied by 1 by 10 and your answer is 0.2. Here also our answer is 0.2. The relation between these two digits is also equal. Now coming to the third one, that is 3. 3 is in which place value? Hundredths place value. So 3 should be multiplied by 1 by 100 and your answer is 0.03. We don't have any third digit here. So we have to multiply it with a 0. 0 into 1 by 100. Always we know it is 0. Now what is the relation here? 0.03 is greater than 0, right? It is greater. The value is greater. Now, can you tell which is the greater number? Yes, since the value of 0.03 is greater than 0, 1.23 is the greater than 1.2. This is how you are going to compare your decimal numbers using table. Now, next one more example we'll see here. Which is greater, 0.099 or 0.19? Now, place value is compared here. Place value of 0.099, its relation, and place value of 0.19. Here, the place values in the ones place is 0 in the both sides. So, 0 is equal to 0 is equal to 0. The relation is equal to. Now, coming to 1 by 10's place value, in the first number, it is 0. So, a number multiplied with a 0 into 1 by 10, it is always 0. But in the second number, we are having 1 in 10's place. So 1 is multiplied with 1 by 10, that is 0.1. Now if you compare here, 0 is less than 0.1. Since 0.1 is greater than 0, there is no need to go for further comparison. So we already find out which is the greater number here. So no need to go for further clarification. You can stop here and you can write the which is the greater decimal number. So the decimal place value of digit 0.19 is greater than 0.099. Now we are going to see using decimals. There are a lot of areas where decimals are used. There are a lot of areas where decimals are used. Some of them are weight. In our daily life, we will be going to our markets and we will be buying some cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits in the form of weighing them, in the form of weighing. So you are going to weight 1 kg, 2 kgs, half kg, 1/4 kg, like that you will be weighing. So what is the value? What is the quantity of 1 kg? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. If we want to find what is the quantity of a gram, how we are going to do? We are going to divide that 1000 with the number of grams. So the value of 1 gram is equal to 0.001 kgs. This is how we are going to calculate our grams. Now, we are going to see in the form of money. 1 rupee is equal to how many paisa, Nana? 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. So, 1 paise can be calculated by dividing it by 100 paise. So, 1 paise is equal to rupees 0.01. Here, we are having 2 zeros in the denominator. That's why 2 digits before the 2 digits after the decimal point. By observing the number of zeros, you can directly write down. Why we have written 100 here? Because 1 rupee is indicating 100 pies. That's why we have written 100 here. This is how we are going to calculate our money. Next are length. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. If you want to find 1 centimeter, that 1 should be divided by 100 meters because 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So the value of 1 centimeter is equal to 0.01 meter. Now we'll see some examples here. Express 75 pies as rupee using decimals. Solution. 1 rupee is equal to 1000 pies, right? 1 rupee is equal to 1000 pies and 1 pies is equal to 1 by 1000, that is equal to 0.01. Now we got the value of 1 pies. Now we have to find the value of 75 pies. This 75 should be multiplied with 0.01. So what will be your answer? Your answer will be 0.75. So converting pies into rupees, you have to find the value of 1 pies and then multiply the given paisa so that you can convert that into rupees. That is equal to rupees 0.75. One more example we'll see here. Express 5 kgs 8 grams as kgs using decimals. Here what we have to do, we have to write together using the decimal point. As I told you before, only 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. What will be the value of 5 kgs here? 5 should be multiplied with the 1000. So 5 into 1000 is equal to 5000, right? Now 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. 1 gram is equal to 0.001 grams. Now first change this 8 grams, means 8 should be multiplied by 0.001 kgs. 8 grams is equal to 0.008 kgs. We have converted grams into kgs first. Now 5 kgs 8 grams is equal to 5 kgs plus 8 grams. To make the addition possible, both the values must be in the same unit. Both the values will be kgs only. Now, we already know 5 kgs is in kgs form only. This 8 grams, now we have converted 8 grams into 0.008 kgs. Write that here. Okay. Now you add both because the units are same here now. Both the units are same. When both the units are same, we can add 5 kgs 8 grams is equal to 5.008 kgs. So first we have to convert grams into kgs and then you have to add both the numbers when they are converted into same units. Now, addition of numbers with the decimals. We are having some rules to add the additions. The rules of addition of numbers with decimals are: numbers are written under each other, the decimal point lie under each other in the same vertical line. In the same vertical line we will be writing. Vertical line only we will be writing, not in the horizontal way. Addition is done column wise. Addition is started from the right hand side and then we move to the left hand side. First we have to start with right hand side and end with the left hand side. Understood, ma? Here I have taken some example. Here what is the total quantity of the milk available in the both the bottles. Now what you are going to do here, first write a 0.75 plus 1.75. 26. Both are in the liters form only. So we can directly add. So start from right. 5 plus 6, 11. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 1, 10, 0. And 1 on the top. 1 plus 1, it is 2. Now, you have to put the point also according to the point place. You should not leave like that only. You have to put the point. So what is our total answer? 2.01 liters. This is how we are going to add. You have to write in the exact place value only. No need to change the digits. Point should be in the exact place of the decimal point. Don't write here and there. You should not write 0 and 75 down. You have to write on the vertical line only. Don't write it horizontally. Okay, ma? Now, subtraction of numbers with the decimals. We have what are the rules for subtraction? We will be saying here. The smaller numbers is written under the bigger number. The numbers are written in such a way that the decimals in the same vertical line. Subtraction is started from the right hand side. So here we have taken some numbers. Grapes, the value of grape, the value of pear, the value of apple is not given. We have to find the total value now. What is the 102 rupees he paid? Total price is 102 here. This cup is rupees 102 nana. Here they have given the amount for grapes and they have given amount for pear and they have not given amount for apple. We have to find the value of that. So already what is given here, total amount we have known. What is our total amount? Our total amount is 102. Right? Now, we don't know the value of apple. How we are going to find the value of apple? First, add the value of grapes and value of pear. Right? What is the value of grape there? 32 rupees 50 pies. 32.50. Now, what is the value of pear? It is 26.50. You can read together in the form of value of money. So 32.50 pies, 32 rupees, 50 pies and 26 rupees, 50 pies. Now, what you have to do first, you have to add for finding the third number. So, what we have to do here, we have to add both the numbers now. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 5, 10. 0 you write here. Carry forward 1. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 3 plus 2, 5. So what is your total cost of grapes and pears? It is 59 rupees. Now we have to find the value of apple. We have to find the value of apple. What we have to do? We have to subtract this 59 from the total cost. So our total cost is 102. From that we have to subtract 59. Normal subtraction. 9 in 1's place, 5 is in 10's place. This is how you are going to write. Now from 2 you can't cancel 9. What you have to do? You have to borrow. From 0 you can't borrow. So borrow from 1 itself. It will become 0. It will become 10. So from 10 when you are borrowing it will become 9 and it will become 12. So 12 minus 9 it is 3 and 9 minus 5 it is 4. Now what is the value of apple? The value of apple is 43 rupees. The value of apple is equal to 43 rupees. This is how you are going to find the value by doing the subtraction in the decimals. Children, hope you have understood all the concepts. Practice all the concepts and then start doing your exercise. If you have any doubts in your exercise, you can get back to me. Hari Om. Thank you.